In 2023, we decided to move from our home in Brooklyn, Ontario, which is the north end of Whitby, down to Cap Pelé, New Brunswick. I'm often asked, why did we move to New Brunswick? And there are a couple of reasons. One, it's a much smaller community. It's also far less stress than I had living in sort of the greater Toronto area. The population here in New Brunswick is just under 800,000 people. If you compare that to Whitby, where I left, Whitby was probably in the 400,000 people range. So think about this, the population of this entire province is about twice what it was in just the town where I lived. Now, I live in a village called Cap Pelé. Cap Pelé is a small French community of about 2,500 people, and we're located 47 kilometers from the next biggest city, and that would be Moncton. Cap Pelé was founded in the late 1700s by Acadian settlers. This is a very big fishing community. A lot of people are employed in the fisheries or in the smokehouses around the Cap Pelé area. There are some 30 smokehouses that are here. Now, they also export a lot of smoked fish, including herring. And did you know that Cap Pelé is probably the biggest producer of smoked herring and exporter of smoked herring in the world? Now, I can't say that this village is full of crazy activity, but there are a few restaurants, really cool bar called Club 15. We even have a Home Hardware and a Tim Hortons. So there's enough to get your essentials, and a grocery store too. But we have enough essentials to get us by on a daily basis. We're close to a couple of interesting places, one being Shediac, again, another fishing community best known probably for having the world's biggest lobster on display. We also have a number of beaches. In Shediac, there's Parley Beach. It's a great beach. And here in Cap Pelé, we have Abboteau Beach, which is a 2.5 kilometer long beach that's about a kilometer or so from where I live. It's absolutely spectacular. They have a restaurant there, and in the summer they have a pop-up brewery, Cavalcade, and it's a great place to visit. And if you're a beach lover, this is a place you need to come. As I said earlier, this is a largely French community, and I'm not bilingual. Something in the neighborhood of 77% of the people who live in this village speak French. Now, I try to greet in French, and I do try to help where possible, and I've been involved in the local community. But the people have been friendly, they've been warm, and they're welcoming. I also leave the stress behind, and I think one of the big things I've noticed is the airport. If you're flying in and out of Moncton, or the airport, the Romeo LeBlanc airport in Dieppe, which is side by side with Moncton, you can just walk up to the gate, right through, plane out, plane drops you off, you're out there. You go back to Pearson, you seem to walk for hours. It is a completely different experience. And as people know, I like to travel. One of the benefits of living in Moncton is you can get flights to Caribbean locations. But some places, depending on the time of year, you have to fly in and out of Toronto, so you have to build that. So the price can go up a little bit. Now, I'm not going to tell you that all the prices are cheaper down here. Gas is traditionally about 10 cents a liter more than it is in Ontario. That's just a sign of the times that we have here. Food prices are also a bit more expensive. And electricity is more expensive as well. But you counter that with lower prices for insurance, Where I live, I'm on a well and septic system, so I'm not paying municipal water. The overall house taxes are actually about the same, surprisingly. But again, if you have some money in the bank, you can deal with all that. Would I recommend living in New Brunswick for anybody? Well, that's your own personal decision. It's good if you have some sort of tie to the local community. I've been down many, many years before visiting and family that had property down here. So I was used to the area. But I don't know if it would be great for someone who wanted to come in sight unseen. That's, again, a personal choice. Always happy to answer questions about New Brunswick. And if you're ever thinking of coming, our door is always open.